Now, I come from the northernmost part of the country, and national unity becomes even more profound when we start from there. While I was trying to think what I will start with, since national unity is such a vast subject, I thought, let me focus on national identity. What is our national identity? What is my national identity? And can there be a national identity which can be confined to a sentence, to a paragraph? Can nationalism be scripted? Can it be one size fits all? That you say this is what concept of Indianness should be and everybody follows? Or should it be an evolving concept? My belief is that Indianness, concepts of nationalism, who you are, what you are, cannot be static. What it meant to be an Indian even 50 years back is not what it is today. There's a lot of difference. What it meant to be British 70 years back, 100 years back, the stereotype British was a person with a hat, suited, tie, stiff upper lip, and white. Britishness today is different. What about the pan-European identity, the American dream? You no longer have white faces. You have brown faces, you have black faces, you have turbaned people. And apart from assimilation, I think largely there has been accommodation. If we talk of accommodation and assimilation, then it becomes a pre-scripted concept of nationalism. I personally don't think that we can predefine Indianness. I believe it's non-linear, fluid, and can assume any form and could change form every 2 or 3 decades. Is it about sameness or differentness, diversity or pluralism? I believe it's the differentness, the capacity of a country to encompass the differentness, the diversity, and yet have common attributes. The commonalities, they are a common thread. Virtues, history, they are a common thread. But at the end of the day, it is the differentness and the power of the country to encompass them, accommodate them, that is of vital importance. I would say that if we look at our country, and even if we look at this hall, the color of the skin, the religion, features, Oriental, Dravidian, Aryan, they're all different. And yet, we'll call most of us are Indians. But national unity in the longer run, as Pawanji was talking about Sadak Pani, I would say economic empowerment across gender, race, region is perhaps the most important cementing force in national unity. The great American dream is based on equal opportunities, affirmative action, and explicit affirmative action in a world which is based on free market, which is based on merit, but yet they go for affirmative actions. And a kind India, a soft India. And when I say that, I mean the social welfare benefits. How the country looks after its poor people, its old, its infirm, is a common attribute. It reaches all across. I think there is a lot of space where we could work on economically empowering these sections which have been normally left out. When you look at threats to national unity, one is the physicality of the threat, which is based in military interventions. I personally don't believe that in today's age, and the might that our country has, that anybody could dare make an intervention. They could sneak in, do terror attacks. That is also a threat, but the biggest threat could be from within. What are the threats that every country faces in national unity and not specific to India is majoritarianism. If there is a hint of supremacy in the majority population, that creates a real threat in the longer run. Or insecurity, or competitive nationalism, one-size-fits-all nationalism. I think while we look for common attributes, take yoga for example. It is now truly an Indian concept, accepted not within the country, but in all parts of the world. Take our film industry, a soft power, but is identified with Indianness. And take food, masala dosa, biryani. These might be small, trivial things, but they really do represent the Indian cuisine. Some things that we do represent the Indian culture. So there will be this common thread, but we have to be careful that these common threads are, at the end of the day, very fragile. And I would again focus that evolving concept of nationalism and evolving concept of Indianness, giving everybody the freedom to be what they are, is the essence of national unity. I studied in Britain. What I found was unique was that if you study in town A, in a university, the probability of the students of town A studying in that university is almost zero. So students from Delhi would be scattered all across the country, but not Delhi. Students from Mumbai all across the country, but not Mumbai. That I believed at that time also, and even today, is one of the best examples of scattering younger people all across the country so that they pick up the common attributes. These are some things that we could do, but I hope that an educationally empowered India, socially empowered, politically empowered, and an economically empowered India, say in 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, the concept that would evolve would have more common attributes than they have today. I thank once again all of you for listening to me. Thank you.